This is Joshua Rogala, criminal defense lawyer, and this is how a bill becomes a law in Canada. There are several stages in how a bill becomes a law: introduction and first reading, second reading, committee stage, report stage, third reading, and finally, royal assent. Introduction and first reading. At this stage, the bill is distributed to the members of Parliament. There is an announcement the bill is receiving its first reading and it is read. This is normally accompanied by a brief summary from the Member of Parliament introducing the bill. Second reading. During the second reading, the bill is debated. The debates are focused on the general principle of the bill. The details of the bill are not debated at this stage. Following the second reading, there is a vote to determine whether the bill should proceed to committee and which committee should review the bill. Committee stage. The committee reviewing the bill will discuss the merits of the bill and the wording of the provisions. At this stage, the committee may call witnesses and experts to present their views and answer questions asked by members. Once the entire bill has been considered and adopted, with or without amendment, the committee votes on the bill as a whole. Once passed, the committee will report to Parliament with recommendations to make to the bill. Report stage. During this stage, members of Parliament will further study the bill. After reviewing the bill, members may propose motions to amend certain provisions. To prevent the repetition of discussions that may have already occurred in the committee stage, the Speaker of the House selects and groups amendments for debate. At the conclusion of the deliberations at the report stage, a motion is held to approve the bill with any amendments. Third reading. At the third reading, the final draft of the bill is debated. Certain amendments to the bill are allowed during this phase. If passed by the House of Commons, the bill is reprinted incorporating any of the changes made during the third reading. The bill is then sent to the Senate, where the process repeats from first reading through to the third reading. Royal assent. If the bill is passed by the Senate without any changes, it will be given royal assent. If the Senate makes changes to the bill, it must be sent back to the House of Commons for approval. Once given royal assent, the bill number changes to a chapter number and will be printed in the annual statutes of Canada. The bill usually comes into force the day it receives royal assent, unless otherwise indicated. Different sections of the bill may come into force at different times. And that's how a bill becomes a law in Canada.